of our Australian adventure, and this one is all about our East Coast campervan trip.
Woo!
So this is split into 2 parts because there's a lot. So one of my friends recommended RatPack Travel, which is run by a guy called Sammy, and it was just incredible. We basically organised our whole East Coast trip and the campervan hire, the excursions we did and everything with RatPack.
He just sorted it all out for us, didn't he?
Yeah, and I can't, like, he was amazing. Got a nasty old room going on. Lunch.
Hey girl, living the dream? What you got?
Pasta pesto.
Woo!
I think we were in Noosa on the 3rd day or something, and then after that we went to Fraser Island.
Gari.
Gari, its true name. We went with Drop Bear Adventures, all organised through RatPack, and it was amazing. I think it was your favourite.
It's just the best. It was the best thing I've ever done. And Drop Bear were incredible, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was so good.
So we had a guy called Troy who was just
Woo!
legendary. Everyone, not everyone, but most people actually drove the car at some point on the beach. Will was the first one to volunteer to drive.
I couldn't wait, I was itching.
And it was really cool actually, because if the tide is just right, you, instead of driving on the main road to get to where you get the ferry across to Gari, you can drive along the beach. And the tide was right, and it was a beautiful day. And the first thing, we hadn't even got to Fraser Island at this point, but the first thing we saw was this guy fishing, and Troy, our guide, was on the radio like, oh, he's caught a shark, and we're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Joking.
And then this guy pulls this shark out of the water, and he's caught like a small but pretty big shark by accident, and then obviously he took the hook out and let it go, but we were like, what?
And we can drive, if it wasn't for those exposed rocks, you could drive all the way to Fraser Island from Noosa on the sands.
There we go, buddy. Spring-fed, crystal clear stream pool, being untouched, beautiful forest here, guys. Down the end we can refill our water bottles.
We went to this awesome lake, which was...
Mackenzie.
No, it wasn't. We went to the quieter one that was like Lake Mackenzie, because that's one good thing that Drop Bear are amazing at, is getting us to the places on the island where there's no other tourists there. Because that, it doesn't spoil it necessarily, but sometimes it's nice just to have the place to yourself. And pretty much everywhere we went, we had to ourselves. And we had a boomerang tournament, and I got to the finals. Oh yeah, I didn't actually win, but I was quite happy I got to the final. And there was eagles, white-bellied sea eagles.
Yeah, they were incredible.
Soaring, they're huge, and they're just soaring above. Tea tree lake, and the oil from the trees goes into the lake and it gives it this awesome colour. And the people there used to actually use it as like a healing lake because of all the tea tree. If you had like a wound or something, you'd go there, and it's so good for your skin and your hair and everything. Got our dingo sticks.
Come on, that is not the first time Will has blown wood. I'll give you That's the thing. Oh
my god. Oh no! There's fire in my mouth.
We were standing on this beach and it was pitch black, and the stars
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like, we could see the whole strip of the Milky Way, and Troy, our guide, was telling us all about the star constellations and everything. And then so we thought he'd lost the plot a bit, because he basically was like, yeah, you can see the stars in the sand as well sometimes. And we were like, what is he on about?
And we went down to the waterfront, didn't we? Went down to the seafront.
And he started moonwalking in the sand. And we were thinking, this guy is like completely lost it. And sure enough, we saw this like blue glowing strip, and it was bioluminescence.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it before, and it was like,
it's a surreal
how is
moment.
it real?
Yeah, it's a surreal moment in your life where you can't physically believe what you're seeing. It's incredible.
It's like Avatar. You know, like Avatar, and it's all like twinkling. And so all of us are just there in the pitch black on the beach, just moonwalking under the stars. Yeah, obviously we couldn't film that because there would be no point. You can't have any like light pollution either, otherwise you don't see anything as strongly. So having no phones, no cameras, it was actually really nice.
Really good.
We woke up really early, and then we went down to the beach to see the sunrise, which was beautiful. It wasn't quite as peaceful as we thought it would be because the March flies, a lot of the footage is us just trying to but it was beautiful, the sunrise, and well worth getting up super early to go and see too. To Eli Creek, we saw 2 snakes in the water. They were actually water snakes. They're not venomous. It's cool. Swimming with snakes.
So cool.
Tick that on the bucket list. This is a march fly. They're the most annoying things in the world. Ready?
Really? Chuck it right in. That's it. Bitch. Was there a snake?
amazing views. Also, we're stood there really high up, you can see these amazing views over Gari, and we see this massive looking shark, but it's ages away, and Troy was like, yeah, that's probably 2-3 meters. This shark
was
just
huge.
swimming around, and we could see it
It was
clear
in the
as
shallows
day.
as well. It wasn't far out. It was in the shallows towards the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing you don't do at Fraser Island is
Don't
swim
go
in
to
the
sea.
ocean. But you don't actually need to. I don't think we missed that because there were so many places that we went to swim, like the lakes and the streams and everything.
Okay, guys.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Ah, they're so close.
We almost touched them.
Australasian humpback dolphin. I like how we're driving straight into that storm.
Yeah.
After going to Gari, Fraser Island, we then went back to Noosa, explored Noosa, and then we drove up to Tin Can Bay, which is there's not much there, but there's this place where you can go and feed the dolphins. And there's a really cute story about this injured dolphin who went into the marina in Tin Can Bay, and it was really injured. And so this fisherman took it upon himself to help nurse this dolphin back to health, was like feeding it and looking after it, and then it went away for a couple of months, I think, and then it came back with its whole like dolphin family
Squad.
and now they come back. I think it's the second, so the one that we fed was the grandson of that dolphin.
Wow.
And they come back every single day to this marina, and they come back with their baby dolphins, and I think like a couple of them have come back when they've been injured by tiger sharks and things like that.
Or boats.
Yeah. It's very strict because they're wild dolphins and they choose to come to the bay. They're very like, they have a no touch policy. They're all about protecting the dolphins, which is really good to see.
And it's not like they're overfeeding them either. The dolphins don't rely on that food. It's just
it's like a snack. This is so adorable. awesome sunset kayak with 1770 Liquid Adventures, I think they're called.
Awesome.
Oh, so
absolutely brilliant. It was so personal.
Our guide said often you see dolphins and turtles as well, and the dolphins come right up to the boat. We didn't actually see anything, but it was still well worth it and beautiful. Just seeing the sunset and being out. So we went way out, and we went to this island, and we had the guy bought wine, and we had his homegrown popcorn, homemade cookies.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And we were just on this like sandy island, just us, just taking in everything.
Kettles on, having a coffee. Walk out the back of our camper. And we're on the beach. Real calm today. So our next stop, we went to Airlie Beach to do our Whitsundays tour.
Yeah. So there's two different boats, and we went on New Horizon. There's Atlantic Clipper and New Horizon, I think. New Horizon is a smaller boat. There was such nice, lovely people. We went to the very famous Whitehaven Beach. We saw stingrays, baby lemon sharks. Also, the sand there is protected massively, and it's, if you take any of the sand from Whitehaven Beach, it's a $10,000 fine. And the only people that were ever allowed to take sand from that beach were NASA.
Cool.
That was gold. That was brilliant.
One of the places we went was actually recovering from, there was a cyclone that happened in 2017 and it was really damaging in the Whitsundays area, but the coral is recovering really quickly and really well.
Yeah.
We went to the drop-off.
The drop-off.
The drop-off? They're going to the drop-off?
I just miss you so much. Oh, we're bloody sweetheart. Bye, babe. Love you.
Fish called parrotfish, and they like chomp away at dead coral and they poop out sand. Really nice
That
white
we then rubbed on
sand.
our face.
Probably. One really cool thing was the boat had lights coming off the side of it and it would attract little fish and then they'd attract the squid. The squids we kind of felt really sorry for because there was quite a lot of them, and you'd see them coming and you'd be like, oh no, knowing that this was its last squid. And these massive fish would just come and just eat it, and it was really cool to see.
It was
like a frenzy in the
nature,
water.
isn't it?
And apparently the dolphins come as well.
Yeah.
We didn't see, we might have seen dolphins.
Too late.
I'm not sure I got that.
5 for 5. Yeah, they love squid.
Yeah, he's there. There he is, there he is. Come on!
Let's go.
We tried paddleboarding, which was interesting.
We tried paddleboarding.
I have a lot of respect for paddleboarders because they make it look so easy. After getting off the boat, we were all really sad, but that evening they had included us like wristbands, and we went out and there was like live music and we had drinks and we went out partying with all the people on the boat, and that was so much fun. Really nice end to the boat trip. So that was part 1 of our East Coast campervan trip. Tune in for part 2. Bye.